for marriage, yes, my mom has a considerable. My dad too, but mostly my mom. Like, my dad really just cares if you're sweet. Like, my dad's kind of like me. Like, he cares more about if you're sweet. My mom cares about, like, can you cook? Can you be a wife? And can you be a mom?
What's
like,
your personality like?
Yeah. My dad's just like, yo, so. Hey, that chill. Yeah, that's how. Yo, I love you, Dad. But yeah, like that's how it is, right? So, and I think it's like that in like a lot of different households, and I think like it switches. Like, I think my dad. I think I'm worse than my dad when it comes to my sister. Because any boy looks at my sister for more than 2 seconds, I'm staring at it. Like, I'm evaluating that guy. Because I'm a guy, so I know how guys are.
Yeah.
Not these two specifically. These are my sons, but yeah. But yeah, like, it's like, she doesn't have the end say, like the be-all and end-all, but...
Yeah.
Yo,
she plays a factor.
Yeah, like, if she doesn't rate
a major factor still.
What's wrong with you? Like, okay, let's flip the script. What's wrong with you? Why my mom doesn't rate you? What's your problem?
Yeah, my mom's nice.
Yeah, like my mom doesn't big.
Wait, who wrote that song? Was it a Justin Bieber song?
What?
Oh, I can't remember the lyrics. Someone's gonna page me because they know exactly what I'm talking about. Continue.
Yo, my mom loves bare people. You have to be a what-less human being for my mom not to rate you. You know me? So it's like, what's your problem?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was agreeing. I thought you were gonna add on to it more. But you're right though. Like, I second what you're saying. Like, yo, if you are deciding to get into a relationship with another female, right, and you have a mother who has been teaching you the do's and the rights from the rounds from the day you were born, you know how to treat a female, and you finally have the opportunity to get with the female, and you want to introduce her back to the family, but she's not the right female.
It's not even the rest of the family. My mom needs to agree, but the rest of them.
Oh, okay. But in my opinion,
what's my sister gonna do? Like,
what are they gonna do?
But if my mom or my family do not even like the women I'm bringing back home,
I lie. Like, what's wrong with you?
I'm sorry. Like,
what's wrong with me? Why would I even bring you?
Yeah, like if I know,
Like, why am I bringing you?
That's actually true. Like, it has
why am I
something
wasting
big.
your time? I would know. I would know.
Yeah,
but at least I have my utility, because watch this now. The older a man gets, like we're talking about time and like the value of time, etc. So there's something called SMV. That's like sexual market value. So the older a man gets is the higher his SMV grows, because the things that are attractive to a woman on the man increases with age. Meaning this is something called hypergamy. So it's like when the woman tends to date up or marry up. So either in social class, financial status, and all that kind of stuff. So
shout out to all you high school kids that are dating college.
I know some dirt youth.
Yeah, like that's
so dirty. Anyway. Yo, shout out to you. You stay back. I know you know who you are. You probably don't have the attention span to watch this far, but you're a dirt for that, eh? Anyway, so so the man increases, like, you're older, so you have more money. You've probably had your career for a good amount of time now. So that means you have a good amount of money. If you've had your career for a good amount of time, you've risen up the ranks, so you're not like at the base level. So you probably have a good amount of status now. You're fraternizing with people in that upper echelon. You've built your sphere.
You have some connections.
Yeah, you've built your connections at this point in time, right? So you're pretty established. So now you're way more attractive than you were when you just started, when you were way younger. Okay. You've increased your SMV.
Okay.
A woman's SMV decreases with age. So men don't really care about what position you have. We don't really care about what car you drive. We don't care about how much money you make. Are you sweet or not? That's basically what it is. The older a woman gets, is the more... wow. It's the more her beauty tends to fade, right? Tends to fade. Okay, so a man's SMV increases because he's acquired more and built himself more. A woman's decreases because she gets older. Stuff starts to sag. Stuff isn't as perky as it used to be, etc. Right? So now, if I want to get a prenup, that's just going to mean that, or if I don't get a prenup, half of my SMV is gone. It's going to be even more difficult for me to find a partner afterward, because half of what makes me attractive is gone. A woman, her SMV is going to be at whatever level it is. You get me? Because there's nothing that in a divorce that can lower a woman's SMV. You're going to have to get married again, and it's going to be hard for you because you're not as sweet as you were when you initially got married to me, depending on how long the marriage is. So basically, getting a prenup, this protects my SMV to ensure that I can get married again. It's even more romantic than a marriage without it. Because if I'm getting married with a prenup, that's a union of our love, not of our wallets. Which basically
Yeah,
means,
that takes the wallets out of it.
Yeah, which basically means it's a pure marriage. Because, like, it's just our hearts being, you know? Know what I'm saying?
Chill,
like,
chill.
You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, it's just our hearts. You feel me? So, if you want to bring the wallet in it, it gets a little messy, gets a little tricky. Let's just keep the wallet and the finance out of there. You know what I'm saying? If we're married, what's yours is mine. If we're not married, gossa. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's just how it is. And, like, I don't believe, me personally, I don't believe in getting married again after marriage. So if you divorce me, I'm screwed. I can't get married until you die because I take the vow seriously. Till death do us part. I take the vow seriously. So if I'm getting married to you and you're not dead yet, I'm not getting married. Which means I can't do certain things that married people can do. You feel me? So I'm going to need that prenup for insurance that you're not going to cut. And I can't do what I gotta do as a man. You feel me? Like, yo, hopefully my pastor's not watching this. Yo, like, it is what it is. Like, he doesn't want power most of the time. Women always love to test a man's resolve. So this is when women tend to, like, they start to act up every so often because shorties love drama. So, like, they'll start to act up every so often. Why are you never texting me? Why don't you see me enough? Blah, blah, blah. That's when you, fellas, that's when you start to get that kind of stuff. That's a good sign. If your woman isn't asking you why aren't you seeing me? Why can't I see you? Typically, it's a bad sign because women are not usually that understanding about your situation, about your purpose, about your business and stuff like that. Like, they usually always want to see you and all that. When are we gonna take our relationship to the next level? Those are good questions. Those are like dramatic questions. Like, those are good. If you get drama like stuff that kind of like hurts your masculinity type thing, that's bordering on into disrespect. A woman typically does that when you're too much in your feminine energy, and that forces her to get more in her masculine energy. When a woman does that, it's because you probably validated her too much, giving her too many compliments, and now she feels like, oh shoot, the balance of power is in my hands. So okay, like, maybe I can yell at him a little bit more. Maybe I can nip here and there a little bit more.
To look for the answers that they want.
Yeah. Okay. And I've seen stuff like this happen. Like, even, oh yeah, I don't want to expose.
Then don't.
Yeah, let me not expose. But I've seen it happen. I've seen it happen. Where, like, as soon as the guy gives the shorty what she wants, she feels like, oh, now that I have what I want, I can do whatever I want now. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like you take advantage of the validation that you've been given. It's like women will tell you what they want to get. Not all women. Women will tell you what they want, and then they'll get it. They'll be appreciative that they get it, but lose respect for you as a result. I don't know why it is. Maybe it's I don't know. I honestly don't know why. Like, there are a few different theories and stuff like that, but I can't give you a concrete reason. I've just seen it happen over and over again. Again, not all women, blah blah blah, but a good amount of times I've seen, like, a guy bend over backwards to try and show a woman how much he really feels about her, only for her to appreciate, oh my God, thank you so much, like, I feel the same way, etc. And then at the end of the day, turn around and say, oh yeah, by the way, I have a man now. I can't do this. I can't do that. That hurts. Yeah, like, I've seen it live. So, yeah, like, I'd say at the beginning, the woman has all the power. In the middle, it's like a struggle, but men tend to get it. And by the end, I said men get the power at the end, but it depends on who ends the relationship. It depends on who ends the relationship.
Okay, so it varies then.
Yeah, it varies. The end varies. Yeah.
I don't have enough knowledge to, like, really answer that question. But
neither do I. I've never experienced this. I don't talk to girls.
She would resort to hitting me, but then because she feels like I'm not even that tall, I'm 5'10", 5'9".
I don't know where he's going with this.
Like, and she feels the need to, like, hit me, and that it won't affect me physically. It doesn't, but that's not the point. It won't affect me physically because she's smaller than me, and I don't have a right to hit her back because she's smaller than me. And I was raised that if someone put hands on you, that is an invitation for me to put hands on them. Invitation. Yeah, a whole invitation.
I read, like,
that's it's a party opinion.
Yeah.
Right.
That's how I was raised.
Because, like, I watched the video.
I'm an RSVP.
Because, like, I watched the video, right? That, like when we talk about the whole mental femmes lifestyle thing, that if someone insults you verbally, then you can brush it up. Like, okay, I don't care what you think. But when someone lays hands on you, that's an assault.
Brush it off.
That's a whole.
You can file a charge. So, like, what happens after you lay the first punch?
Yeah, as long as I'm not the first punch, I'm good.
You incite that.
And it just went down.
That's one of the reasons why black people generally are really good at sports.
Yeah.
Like every single school, there's like cultural factors too, but
Yeah.
every single school that I've been in, the black youths usually outnumber every other class in terms of academic excellence and performance. So like, you know, the
Academic? What you mean athletic?
Athletic, yes, that's right. Athletic. Yeah. There's culture, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, like, from elementary school all the way up to high school, it's usually the black youths that are getting like soccer awards, basketball, like athletic leadership and all that kind of stuff. It's usually them. Always the big nose youths too, yo.
Yeah, I know.
All
big
them
ones,
big nose youths. And it's because all the oxygen is just gonna punch down your nose. You get some beast arms and these leg calf muscles looking like Usain Bolt at 5 years old. That's why, fam. That's why. Yo. Thank God for your big old nose, fam. I feel like I'm roasting my sister right now.
But to be honest, like kind of what like Tevin said before he asked the question.
Your sister's not gonna watch this.
She better watch this for the watch time and the dollars
she don't know what
subscription.
I like it. We're touching 2 hours.
Yo,
You might be Sosa's. But
it's not victim blaming. It's sense. Victim blaming is when you're saying the reason why you got attacked is because, or the reason why you got robbed, or the reason why shorties don't rate you is only your fault, and those people should be able to do what they do and let them get off scotch-free. That's victim blaming. But if I'm giving you advice to help you and benefit you in the future to prevent this from happening again, that's not victim blaming. It's sense. Sometimes you have to take hearing, because if you're not take hearing, who don't hear must feel. You understand me? You see me?
constructive criticism?
Yes, just take that and eat that. People are too offended by everything. Great peace have those who love thy law, and nothing shall offend them. Bible. Yo, sometimes you just gotta eat that, bro. Tired of y'all people, bro. Flip.
You guys are getting him heated.
Leave, fam. Like, people are just dumb these days. People are just dumb. I'm one of them too. I'm dumb too. Not my dear. I'm sorry.
bro, if you don't have the prerequisites, how are you even getting into the program?
Oh my god. This might be the best ending.
Don't be sad if you don't get Kim K, if you don't get Michael B. Jordan or whatever. If you are not up on that level, okay?
Get the credits first. Please.
And if a Joshua Newby comes by, if who's not Kim K but is around you that people know. If a female equivalent to Joshua Newby runs by, just take that. If you are a 2 and you want a 10, maybe a 7 wouldn't be a bad. Accept it,
Maybe to you it seems like a 7 because you just want the 10, but maybe that 7 is low key at 12. But some people are too in denial and too stubborn to realize that what's in front of them.
Exactly, and just understand that maybe the reason why you don't have that 10 is because you yourself have room to grow. Maybe, just maybe. It's a thought. It's a thought. I'm probably wrong.
Just ponder.
Yes, I'm saying. Just ponder.
Just postulate.
You got this. You got this. Just take it in. Just Ryan, the outro.
But yeah, I think in terms of relationships, I'm good. I'd say a 3.
Ooh, my bad. Yeah. Mentally, so my favorite one. Let's say someone comes to you on the street and just starts bashing you. Your hair's trash.
What?
You're ugly. You're 5'4", so you can't shoot and play basketball.
Oh my god!
Are you gonna let that person bother you?
No, I don't.
Or are you gonna brush it up? Are you gonna take that?
I don't. Really
or are you gonna let it consume you?
Here's what I think. Like, if I don't know you, like, your opinion is really irrelevant to me.
What if your closest friend said that to you?
I don't know. I don't really get angry like that. Maybe I would reevaluate what I'm doing and try to get better.
Okay, I'll just say mine. It should be the same. To be different or to stand out among a crowd of others that are similar.
I like that.
The state of being diverse.
I hate when people does that. So now, diversity, state of being that.
So now I gotta go to diverse. Now I gotta go diverse and say it's showing a great deal of variety. Very different.
Variety.
So I was right.
That's what my schools lacked.
Oof.
Variety.
Speaking of school, what was this school that lacked diversity? Why did it lack diversity?
I wouldn't say. Okay, my high school.
You should probably start with the school that didn't, because that's where you were first, and that's where you met Brian.
Okay, wait. Okay,
Yeah,
so
back
I went to elementary school with Brian. At that school, there were a lot of black people.
Shout out to Holy Child one time.
Yeah, shout out to you guys.
And there were more than black people, wasn't it? Black
Yeah,
people.
there were Filipino people.
It
Italian
wasn't
people.
segregated or nothing.
Yeah, no.
Super diverse.
It was very diverse. And then I'm not gonna like name the schools that I went to, but like I moved out of Holy Child, and the school that I went to from grades 4 to 8 was like all white people. I think
There's nothing wrong with that.
there's nothing wrong with that at all. It was more so like I made the experience bad for myself because like I kind of freaked out because I wasn't used to it. Like I have nothing against white people. Like don't even like don't get me
Quick
wrong.
disclaimer.
Yeah,
of
like
course.
it's not about that. It's about like when you're in a different environment, like when you're the only one who looks like you in a particular environment, you
Yeah.
feel the need to conform. It's
Yeah.
not like they were telling me because you're black, you need to conform. It wasn't any of that.
Yep.
It was me telling myself. No,
Sorry.
I didn't say that. I didn't say that. Wait, what story? Okay, I'll tell the kickball story. Okay, so I was lining up for kickball, and I think someone butted me in the line or something. And then the guys in my grade were like, oh, like, why'd you do that? And he's gonna beat you up. And I'm like, no, I'm not. Like, when have you ever seen me be violent? Like, I'm not, no, you know what I mean? Like,
I know
they
what
just,
you mean.
yeah,
I
like,
know
they
what you
just
mean.
thought, like, I was, like, this person who could, like, fight people. Like, I've never gotten in a physical fight in my life. Like,
But were you the most athletic person in your grade?
no.
Disappointed.
I wasn't. Yeah, see, you see what I mean? Like, I didn't live up to, like, the
The
stereotype,
I would have
you know
been the
what
most
I mean?
athletic person in
No,
my grade.
I was not. The most athletic person in my grade,
Oh, that's
she was
funny.
Filipino, I think.
Yeah,
they're very
sick with it.
athletic.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I was like one of the faster runners. Like I was on the track team.
There you go.
But,
That's the stereotype.
Yeah, you know, some stereotypes are true, but like not all, right? So yeah, it was like I was kind of annoyed at that because I'm like, why do you think I'm going to beat this person up? You don't even know me like that, like.
I'm just gonna beat you.
Right? Like, why would I do that? You know? So it's just like little things like that. And you know, another thing I hated was the fact that because they didn't know a lot about like black culture, I guess, like I would be getting asked so many questions. Like somebody asked me
How about your hair?
Yeah, someone asked me if braids grow out of my head. They will ask me if I braid my
Close your
hair.
mouth. If you never seen a black person, I wouldn't know that if I didn't know black people.
Braids?
But I would have known that's a hairstyle.
No, like,
I've seen it.
or they would ask me if
But
I
then again, you're right. Appearance versus
If you've
reality.
never seen a
Yeah.
black person
Okay,
before,
that's
certain
why
things
like
you
I can
don't know.
understand
That
where
is
they're coming
true.
from. But like for me, cause like I guess I was so young and I wasn't used to getting
Yeah.
asked certain
That's good.
questions. I was kind of like, oh my gosh, like I don't want to be black. Like that was my mindset in grades 4,
I love
5,
being
and
black,
6.
bro.
I love being black. It wasn't until grade 7, but like grades 4 to 6, like
Oh.
when I got to that school, like I started straightening my hair and all that stuff. Like I never did that before. Like it was so bad. It was actually so bad. I would like pretend to like certain music. Like I pretended to like One Direction.
Oh, I was
and
about
all-
to say, if you
yeah.
said country music, I was
No,
about
no,
to
no, no,
leave,
no, no,
bro.
no, no, no.
Oh my goodness, you
Where's
said
Andre?
country, I was about to leave.
Yeah, because like I don't know, it was just like little things that I did to try and
Something
fit
Nicole,
in.
Nicole.
It was like internalized racism. Like I was like sometimes I would look at myself in the mirror and I'd be like, what if I were like 4 shades lighter? Like that was where I was at.
It's a movie.
No,
Sorry, sister.
like that's where I was at. Like from grades 4 to 6, like I would look at myself in the mirror because like all my friends were like light, and I was just like, I didn't like
Dark.
sticking out, you know,
That's
right?
interesting.
So I just
What
look at
about
my
you, Brian?
yeah.
Did you? Sorry to cut you off again.
It's okay.
But what did you think about your blackness? Did you like have a problem with it, or like?
I
you be-
think
not
just
being in
because-
your environment.
I
Or
think
how
just
did that-
because I grew up in a diverse environment. I think everywhere I went from
Like how
clubs-
diverse was it?
Oh
Like-
man, I had a bunch of cultures, and not just cultures, but like different like backgrounds of like slang and just
Yeah.
upbringings,
Yeah.
similar and different, but in a way that everyone can learn from each other. So I never really felt like, I guess, alone from being the only person, not even just black, but just how I was raised.
Okay,
Yeah.
so to actually answer my question, you never felt like
I never
you
felt
needed
it.
to change your color.
No.
That you didn't answer. Okay, I assume that's what you meant. Okay.
That's what I
Yeah,
meant.
but like for me, like I'm not gonna lie, like now, like no, I love my skin. Like I was looking, like I don't even, like I'm so sad that I even thought that, and it was like for the wrong reasons, like just to fit in, right? But it's not
Yeah.
like again, it's
What
not
were
like
the right reasons?
what did I say?
You should just that it's for the wrong reasons. I'm like, what would the right reasons be?
What did I say before that? The wrong reasons for
The
what?
wrong reasons for wanting to switch your skin tone.
Did I say that?
Yeah, as opposed to like what are the right reasons?
Oh, I didn't even know that I said that.
Don't watch that. Don't watch
I'm
that.
sorry. Okay. I'm like, what?
No, it's like, it confused me. I'm like,
what?
what
I
right
confused
reason?
myself. Okay, I'm sorry. But, yeah, I don't know.
So, like, for the people who are struggling, I guess, in the situation that you went through right now, on the day-to-day, I guess, going to school, what can they do to feel, I guess, a bit more comfortable in that non-diverse environment? What
Like,
could they do?
Paint your friends black.
No, but because you said that you didn't start feeling like yourself again until like grade 7, but you got to school in grade 4, so that's
Yeah,
3 whole
I
years.
know.
That's a lot of time.
I know.
So like, what can people who are probably in grade 4 right now or grade 3 right now who need that kind of advice?
Just like I would say, even if you feel the pressure to conform or like change yourself in order to be like everybody else, like just resist it. Like that's the thing. I wasn't trying to resist it. I was just like, okay, I'm gonna do this so that my life will be easier, right? But like if you are yourself, like if you act like yourself, you will attract the right people regardless of their race. It doesn't matter that they're not black. Like you will find the right friends. Because grade 7, like I had a group of friends that I wasn't actually like, I don't know. I felt like every time I was with them, like I was just like, I don't know. It didn't feel like a true friendship.
Yeah.
But like once I started to like act like myself and I like stepped away from that group, like I actually found like pretty good friends. So like okay, when I was at my school and like in elementary school, like one of the things that drove me to be like so involved and like strive to get high marks is because like I wanted to like prove people wrong. Because you know like sometimes people may think, because you know there are stereotypes that like black people are like inferior, like not as smart, and I want to show them that like I am.
Interesting.
You know.
Yep.
So that was one of the things that like pushed me to work so hard.
I had a similar thing.
Like yeah, so like in elementary school, like I would always like make it for like the speech competition. I was student council president. I was like representative on student council in grade 7. Like I did all these things, and then like even in high school, like I carried that on. Like I don't know. Like one of the things that just pushes me to work hard is because I know people think that like not all people, of course. It's like biases that you get from like the media. Like it may not be intentional to think this, but like some people are shocked when I tell them, for example, I'm in health sciences because they're like, you got in, right? And I'm like,
well, all these other people who these non-minorities didn't get into health sciences, but seeing I guess a minority get in,
and they're like,
it's a bit of like a culture
exactly,
shock.
right? They're like, oh, you got into health science? I'm like, yes, I did, right? Like, so it's kind of like they look at me and they don't see a person who's like, you know, like competitive, like driven,
I can relate to that.
right?
They
but
look
it's
at
like,
people look at us, me and Brian. They don't see engineering.
yeah, you know what I mean?
Because he's not in engineering, but like
Stop.
they don't see engineering.
But yeah, so like they'll look at me and they like, you know, they'll look at me and you know they'll make their assumptions. But at the end of the day, like, I understand, like, it may not be intentional. Like, I feel like a lot of our perceptions of, like, certain races, like, they all come from, like, how we're portrayed, like, in the media. So, like, when we internalize that.
Yeah, in history.
Oh, do you mean, like, relationships or, like, friendships?
Like, relationships. The one with the fist, I assume. I don't know. Okay. The other one. Like.
Okay, continue your question.
Because you touched upon it saying how you had the mentality that how you wouldn't end up marrying a black person. And that touched me because shout out to you, Faith and Erica. That touched me because in grade 9,
Instagram.
we're not doing that to them, no, just their names.
Oh,
I try, guys.
I'm just gonna say nope again, like I did.
Nah, I already said it.
Okay, sorry. So when I went there in grade 9, I would just stroke up conversation, and I found it interesting. And she said, Faith specifically, she changed her mind since, but she said how she would never like date a black man. I found that very interesting, and I would always like inquire about it, talk about it, and every time she bring up a point, I would just shut it down. Like I wouldn't shut it down. I was being rude. I'm not gonna lie, because it kind of offended me because I'm black.
Well,
I'm a black
yeah,
man.
of course.
But like, it just counteracted every point that she had. Her points of like, oh, they're not as faithful. A, B, C, A, B, C. I would just explain that, like, why that's not necessarily true. And then every time she would make a point, and I couldn't, like, dispute it because it'd be a personal point, I'd be like, that is all the black guys that you have met.
Yeah.
That is not every black person on the planet.
Perspective.
So and then it got to a point where like she just had nothing to say. So I guess I converted her.
Well, good job.
So how would that like tie into you personally? Did you have like that same mentality at a point? You said you did, but like how did that go?
This was my way of thinking. So because I at that time in my life, like this is like so bad. This is so bad, but like I wanted to not be black, right? So like I was like it wasn't that I had anything against black men, but it was like, oh, by not being with a black person, that like brings me closer to whiteness. That's such a horrible thing. Like that is such a horrible thing. This is, mind you, I was 9, 10, 11 at the time. I was 9, 10, 11, okay?
Identity crisis at 9, 10
no,
years
I
old.
know. I know.
You know what that reminds me of? That reminds me of the black female that just got like after slavery just ended and they just hopped on a white man so fast
Oh my
to get the
gosh.
privilege. That's what that reminds me
That's
of.
like that was my mindset. But like now I don't think like that. That was me when I was a child. I didn't know much about the world. That was just how I was thinking. I was just like, okay. That's and it's so bad that I even thought that way. But like me personally, like I don't really have a preference in terms of race. Like why would I say I wouldn't date someone just because?
But you never have.
What?
Like you've never been in a relationship?
I've never been in a relationship.
Are we allowed to play your Instagram here and then?
Stop!
Put single on top of it?
I'm not looking for anything right now.
So no Instagram, no self-promote?
No. We're not gonna do that, not this time. But yeah, I don't know.
Sorry guys, we tried.
Stop. For me, like, it's cause like, I'm not thinking about that. Cause one thing I always say, like, I don't want a time waster. Like, I don't want to be in a relationship just for the sake of being in a relationship. Like, you know what I mean?
That's deep.
Cause like,
Long-term mindset.
you know, thank you. So for me right now, like, I'm just focused on my goal. And that is to become a doctor. That's my focus right now. So
I
like,
just want my PhD, fam.
Make that money.
yeah, that's my goal right now, and that's what I'm focusing on. Like, if something happens along the way, by all means, but it's not like I'm like looking for a relationship.
I mean, there is a parable, you know. If you don't buy a lottery ticket, expecting to get a lottery ticket, then.
Okay, but like not right now.
I understand what you're
You
saying.
know what I mean?
I understand what you're saying. but,
Maybe, like-
this is not necessarily for you, but for other people that are watching
Okay,
that
yeah.
are like
Yeah.
saying yes.
So it's more of
but
like-
aren't you?
Mhm.
Like you can't expect to win the lottery without buying a lottery ticket, fam. That's all I'm saying.
I understand.
Most of your life, like any advice for those type of people?
Do not conform. Like, I cannot stress this enough. Like, don't conform. That's what I did, and it like ruined me. Just be yourself. Like, honestly, be yourself. Even like, I remember when I was in grade 4, like I literally tried to change my voice, like the way I talked. Like it was that bad for
Hair,
me.
they don't understand.
Everything.
It's a
I went
whole
through an
different person.
identity crisis. I'm telling you.
Damn.
And I'm glad I'm not like that anymore. Like I promise you, I'm not like that. But the way I got to where I am today is I started to be myself. Like I started to embrace who I was, and I'm like, if I am who I am, I will attract the right people. I'll be fine.
You have something to add on, Tevin?
What?
Oh no.
Oh, I thought because you're the thing.
Oh, no, I'm just thinking because I'm like, how are you gonna change your voice? Like,
I
what?
tried.
I'm like,
I
what
tried
you
to.
trying to do?
One of my friends, like I would go home and I would like try to like
To be
imitate.
honest?
It was like excessive, very excessive. Not everybody's like me. I'm sure I'm like the only one who do stuff like that.
But you're here now. You're in a more diverse school. You
Like,
are
master's diverse? Crazy.
Yeah, it's like
a lot more diverse.
a
than
lot more
where
diverse
you-
than
a lot
some
more
other
diverse.
It's less
schools.
diverse than where we came from, but it's more
Okay,
diverse
it's
than
more
we came
diverse
from.
than where I came from, so I'm loving it here.
It's a middle ground. It's a middle
Yes.
ground. Everyone's happy.
I
There's
love
so
it.
many white people in
Really, I can't
Yeah.
relate to you at
I
all.
know you can. It's okay.
Yeah.
But on that note, I guess
I'm sorry.
Oh, yeah.
The little ones
We
like
can't
that.
say
We're
that.
in the outro.
Oh my
I can't end
god.
it up.
I can't.
But the point is, be yourself. Don't conform. Stay authentic.
Yes.
I had to ruin it.
Do what you want to do to be successful. Don't let anyone, change who you are as a person. Quality attracts to quality. So if you become a quality individual, then you will attract quality people yourself.
You'd have already known that if you watched the earlier podcast.
To your failure. See, I know all the people who've been hurt. I know all the people like me who are still average or trying to do above average things. I know all y'all can feel me when I say you are tired. I am tired of losing. I'm tired of losing. I'm tired of not getting the marks I need to get in school. I'm tired of not waking up on time. I'm tired of procrastinating. I'm tired of not having proper time management skills. I'm tired of being unorganized. I'm tired of not giving it my all. I'm tired. Wake up! If you're tired of the position you are in life, it's time to wake up and work. Work for what you want. Work for what you need. Work for what you desire. I need y'all to work. I need y'all to work and not fall behind anymore. I need y'all to work and stop going with the flow. I need y'all to stop catching up and start leading the way. Start leaving a legacy for yourself. Start being the person that you know you can be in this world. I know there's something special in you. I know there is greatness in you. You may not know, but I can feel it in you right now. There is something special in you and you need to unlock it right now. I'm giving you all this information for inspiration and motivation. I need y'all to unlock your potential to be excellent right now. I need y'all to take a chance on yourself. I need y'all to challenge yourself to be great. I need y'all to challenge yourself to be the most unforgettable human being on this planet. I need y'all to play a game with yourself. Truth and dare. Not truth or dare, truth and dare. I need y'all to ask yourself and answer truthfully. Are you doing what you have to do every single day to be the person that you know you can become? Are you doing what you have to do every single day to be the person that you want to be in the future? If not, I dare you to be successful. I dare you to take a chance on yourself. I dare you to be the person that you know you can be. I dare you to work hard than everybody else. But Brian, people are going to call me a trier. So what? I try hard to be successful. I try hard for the most of my life. I try hard to be the best version of myself. So people call me a tryout, I don't care. If people call me a try hard, I move on. If people call you a trier, show them that it doesn't matter how hard they work. You will work, you outwork them. It doesn't matter what they came from, what privilege they came from, what God-given talent they have, you will be better than them. I need you to challenge yourself. I dare you to be successful.